Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Dunning Stadium here in New Canaan, Connecticut on this beautiful fall October afternoon. As today, NCTV is proud to present girls varsity soccer. As today, it's the New Canaan Rams and the Darien Blue Wave, one of the biggest rivalries in all of Connecticut, and it will be renewed here today on Dunning. Austin Platt alongside Cole Schubert, along with the rest of the crew, glad to present you this rivalry matchup between two great teams, Cole. You look at it, Darien is 4-0. They've already beaten New Canaan in the first game of the year. New Canaan, that's their only loss. They've won their last three. What do you expect here from these two powerhouses in the FCAC?
I mean, it's difficult to predict who's going to win this game. It was a very close game with Darien winning 2-1, one penalty late in the game to secure their win, giving New Canaan their first loss of the season, but New Canaan's definitely not going to shy away from a big challenge like Darien, as they went last season going 12-3-1 and winning the division, with Darien going 10-5-1. So definitely a big game today here to decide the end season, how it's gonna roll out this season.
You look at this FCAC West and these two teams. We said it and we'll say it again, time and time again. Whatever sport, it's New Canaan and Darien. It's going to be a great matchup. You can throw the records aside. You know it's going to be a battle until the end. And obviously, you guys probably all know with the COVID protocols, the FCAC has changed its division up a little bit. There are now 3 divisions inside the FCAC. Both teams here are in the FCAC West. And you look at the divisions. It's Darien, New Canaan, Greenwich, Stamford, and West Hill. And Darien and New Canaan right now at the top. Darien is 4-0. New Canaan is 3-1. This is their second of 3 matchups this year. They will play again in about 3 weeks' time back at Darien. And this game could very well decide who wins that FCAC West as these two powerhouse teams go at it. It's a wonderful day, Cole. You really could not have asked for a nicer day for this game.
Yes, low 70s, beautiful sunny skies, little clouds. It's definitely a perfect day for a soccer game. As we await, Darien is getting onto the field now, and New Canaan is in the huddle still. Greenwich so far, Greenwich this season is 2-2, 2 wins and 2 losses. Stamford is 1-3, and West Hill is 0-4. So definitely Darien and New Canaan leading the division. It's definitely going to be an exciting game today.
That was what everyone expected in the beginning of the year, these two teams to be at the top. As we mentioned on the opening day back on October the 1st, Darien beat New Canaan 2-1. New Canaan since beat Greenwich on the road 3-2, and then they've demolished both West Hill and Stamford 5-0. The senior day was earlier this week. All the seniors got the chance to celebrate obviously in a weird environment, but hey, they got what they deserved, and that's what happened all this week for really all the sports here in New Canaan. Darien just really has not looked back at all. Ever since that win, they beat West Hill 7-0, Stamford 5-0, and they also beat Greenwich 3-2. Darien, as you see, on the right-hand side in their whites, getting ready, and New Canaan just coming out of the huddle in their home reds.
Yes, definitely big things to expect today from the seniors. 14 of them rostered in a bigger-than-average roster this year, especially from Captain McKenna Harden, who wears number 10, Captain Emma Shue, who's number 20, and Senior Captain Anna Zacalillo, number 23.
Talk about some of those players. Emma Shue is one that immediately jumps off the page, scored 3 goals already, scored the winner against Greenwich earlier this year, and did score in that 2-0 win that when they played last year at just one meeting here at Dunning. New Canaan won that game 2-0. Shue had one of the goals. Kaylee Harden also has 3 goals, the junior who has already committed to UNC for Lax, along with her sister, as you just mentioned, McKenna, both committed to UNC for Lax. She's got 3 goals. They were all against Stamford in that game just 2 days ago. Here we go. New Canaan and Darien girls varsity soccer, 2 of the best in the FCAC West. As it will be Kaylee Harden to kick it off, and we are underway. New Canaan moving from left to right, Darien from right to left. Sophie Salmini there playing right back, chips it up to Emma Shue. It'll be out of play already for a Darien throw.
Darien, big throw long, intercepted by New Canaan, but they can't control the ball, and it's turned back over to Darien with Emma Shue recovering.
There'll be another throw here for Darien, as that's number 6. Catherine Chandler, one of their 4 captains, all seniors, as one might expect. The 2 goals from Darien in that game earlier this year came from Nell Niffen and Francesca Heighton, who scored that penalty late to secure Darien the win. As New Canaan will get a throw here, it'll be Harden who throws it in. Looking long for Dylan Patton. Can't quite find her. Patton was one of 25 listed on the Game Time CT players to watch this year. She already has 2 goals and 3 assists as the ball comes to
Samantha Finn, who's the goalkeeper, senior goalkeeper starting this game in the orange uniform. Easy save for her, but definitely one that had to be made early in the game.
Darien already with some possession. Patton flicks it back, looking for Patton. And it will be out for another Darien throw. That was Anna Bernard there, the junior, winning that throw for them. The throw
and
in now
long up the field.
Kennedy Kreutzer there on the left-hand side. Getting past Hardin, looking for someone to cross it into. She's got someone in the middle, but Finn is right there.
Some defensive pressure on New Canaan so far in the game, but definitely looks like they've been able to withstand it so far.
Number 22 there was trailing for Darien, that being Shea Doles, the junior, but Finn was there for an easy save. Is Patton here back in the midfield, looking for Abby Van Dusen. She gets it back on the give and go, looking for Hardin, Kaylee Hardin that is, the junior. Waiting and looking back for that is number 13 for New Canaan. Courtney O'Connell already has 2 goals and 1 assist on her senior campaign. It's another Darien throw. Good start for both these teams here, Cole. What have you seen? Which side do you like the start a little bit better?
It definitely looks like Darien's had a bit more of the ball so far. A couple turnovers in midfield, which will be something that both teams will look to iron out and capitalize on as the game progresses. But
shot there from Dylan Patton as the first save comes in from the Darien goalie. That's Jillian Fox, the sophomore goalie. Darien has 3 goalies listed. It's a freshman and 2 sophomores, and it's number 1 Fox.
Deep into New Canaan territory here. Cross into the middle, cut out by New Canaan.
That's Anna Zaccolillo back on defense, one of the 3 captains we mentioned. It's number 4 for Darien, Chloe Humphrey, winning the ball only to Abby Van Dusen, who's done well at left back. A throw for Darien. They've had certainly more of the possession. And obviously both teams have dominated. You look at New Canaan, 14, they've scored 14 and just conceded 4 this year. And Darien, 17 goals they've scored and given up just 3. So 2 powerhouse teams, any sport, you put them together, it's going to be a great one. Throw in here looking.
Turnover by Darien. And Darien wins it back. Ball into the middle of the box. And the ball is up and over the goal for a New Canaan goal kick.
Jocelyn Tyler there looking for the volley that sailed over the head of Samantha Finn, as there'll be another goal kick from Darien.
Looks like Darien's definitely had more of the ball. They've been in the New Canaan half more, but New Canaan does enjoy, especially the boys team, does enjoy some counterattacking soccer where they win the ball back and then they look to quickly capitalize on the opponent having too many players up on the field. So quick through balls, which you'll be seeing a lot today.
Finn dives on that one as, again, that was Tyler looking for it. Speaking of the boys team, they won last night 8-1 on their senior night. We were trying to stream that game. We had some technical difficulties. Apologies again for that. And I should bring up, Cole, that you're actually supposed to be on that team, dealing a little bit of a fractured hand there. So obviously we wish you the best, but obviously I thank you for joining me in the booth today.
Yes, definitely exciting to make my NCTV announcing debut.
You get thrown right in there. New Canaan versus Darien is offside there, as it was number 4. That's Humphrey again. Humphrey and Tyler, a sophomore and a junior respectively. And this front 3 for Darien. Looking a little bit dangerous so far. The other one that to complete the front 3 is Heighton, the senior. So sophomore, junior, senior.
Yes, it looks like they're playing a 4-3-3 formation. 4 defenders, 3 midfield, and 3 strikers. Definitely a common but proven to be a lethal formation at all levels of the game.
Hardin picks the ball up here, looking for Patton, but it comes out to the midfield.
Darien turnover again. They win it back. And New Canaan recovering the ball.
Hardin plays it on the left-hand side and out for a New Canaan throw. That's number 13 for New Canaan. Courtney O'Connell on the left-hand side, but doing well to clear it out was Mia Barlow, the pardon me, wrong team. That's Kate Bellissimo, that's the senior captain for Darien, throwing for New Canaan. Comes to O'Connell looking to get it out, but Darien does so right to Humphrey. Has plenty of room on this right-hand side.
Counterattack is on.
For sure. She keeps moving in, looking to play the ball, but no one was there, and Finn grabs it. Obviously, both the teams have already played each other, so the feeling out is kind of all over now since they've already played. That's kind of what's been going on, obviously, throughout every sport here in the fall CIAC season, where the schedule is cut down due to travel and obviously with the COVID restrictions. Shu plays it up to Hardin. And it looks like that ball was just out of play as the refs points that was just a couple centimeters out for a Darien throw.
Long Darien throw. Easy for McKenna Hardin to win back. As she takes the throw long, looking for senior captain Emma Shu.
Headed up there by Jade Lowe in the midfield. And Darien could potentially have a break, but Hardin does well to thwart that. And it comes back to Lowe. Looking for Patton, but it was intercepted, but one back. Pardon me, that was Courtney O'Connell there in the midfield. She's been flying around so far, doing well. That's what happens when you play against such a good team like Darien. You're going to have forwards moving back, defenders being more comfortable in the midfield as Darien wins a throw. Just under 8 minutes gone by here in half number 1. Girls varsity soccer on this wonderful, crisp fall October afternoon. Looking for through ball. Hardin again does a good job preventing anything. Then she gets it back, but only to Sadie Stafford, the freshman starting in the midfield for the Blue Wave.
Almost cut out there in the midfield by New Canaan, but turnover back to Darien, who's certainly been pounding on. And a good save by Samantha Finn.
She dives on it, and it looks like it's going to be a foul. It's the best play we've seen there from Darien so far, getting the balls in, testing Samantha Finn, who should have done better there, quite honestly. Should have held on to that without a problem, but New Canaan can breathe.
Yes.
You talk about the two coaches here. Rich Hickson for New Canaan, his 5th year overall, 36, 19, and 12. And then on the other side, it's Coach Parsons for Darien, his 10th season in charge. Both these teams' seasons were ended early last year in the states. New Canaan lost to Southington 3-0 in the CIAC quarterfinals as the 9th seed, and Darien lost to eventual champ Glastonbury 4-0. The two teams that actually beat both these teams, Southington and Glastonbury, faced off in the final, and it was Glastonbury that came out with that win. Same can be said as FCX as well. New Canaan lost to eventual champ Staples 6-0 after beating Wilton on penalties in the first round. And then for Darien, they lost in the FCX quarters to Ridgefield 4-0.
Nearly a through ball, but a foul called for Darien.
Looks like for New Canaan, it's a 4-3-3 as well. You have Hardin, Shu, and O'Connell up top. Dylan Patton, who's fantastic in the midfield, but it's a free kick here for Darien. Colette Quinn, the sophomore, will take it. Hard hit, going for a goal, and it's just wide. Honestly, did not expect her to take a shot from that far out. It was about 30 yards.
Yes, expected her to put it in for a header or one of the Darien players that was lining up close to the top of the penalty arc to try and control and bring down. As Samantha Finn makes her way back onto the field with a new ball.
New Canaan struggled a little bit so far, getting the ball out of defense and trying to work that counter attack. You think New Canaan's going to try and adapt to that, or maybe try and just hold on to the ball a little bit more?
I think that possession is definitely an important aspect of the game. I'm not entirely sure whether or not they're going to try for more possession or if they're going to continue with the through balls, but it does seem like Darien has some fast defenders that will be able to keep up with it.
On both sides, for sure. Chandler here, the other co-captains, the senior, will... Ball comes over to Darien forward, looking to play it, and a shot and a goal. Number 30, Jocelyn Tyler, who got a fantastic ball and a right-footed shot, beat Samantha Finn.
With 11
and
minutes
just over 10
played.
minutes in, we have our first goal, 1-0 Darien.
Big celebrations on the field, as that could be an important goal in the grand scheme of things this season, as we talked about earlier in the game, Austin.
Darien has certainly had more of the possession. They've certainly deserved that goal. It's Tyler, the junior, who gets Darien on the board here. They led 1-0 in the opening game of the year. New Canaan equalized, but obviously Darien came out with the win, and they score a goal just over 10 minutes into this first half. New Canaan, much better play, as it's Harden here looking to cross it in, and she wins a corner as it slips out of bounds and behind.
Yes.
Good
Definitely.
response here.
Definitely a fighting spirit from New Canaan, as you saw with Emma Shue winning the ball back in the Darien half, and then playing it on to Kaylee Harden, who was looking for the cross, but that was cut out for the corner kick here.
It's going to be Courtney O'Connell who swings it in, looking at the top of the box. No one's there.
Jade Lowe wins it and brings it down.
It's Patton here looking to win it, but Darien does a great job at the back, and they can clear it out all the way.
Anna Zaccolillo cutting it out for a Darien throw-in.
Again, looked a bit uncomfortable there on that corner. Ball went to the top of the box. Really, no one was there, and they tried to skew it in and get a shot on goal, but no such luck. Darien has looked like the much stronger team.
Some crafty play there from Darien up at the top of the box with a back heel, trying to put it into the center, but cut out by New Canaan, up for a throw-in, and out for another New Canaan throw.
That was Courtney Ball there, the senior, another co-captain, who headed it out for another New Canaan throw, but they're really not getting much of anything going so far.
They've had a few shots on goal, but past that, nothing to really test the goalkeeper so far for Darien.
Harden looking to cross in and potentially shoot. It's batted out and cleared out. Darien's done a really, really nice job clearing it out and making sure there are no second opportunities as Abby Van Dusen plays it back to Zaccolillo, who'll be chased down. Gets tripped up, no foul. As that was Humphrey there playing it back. Wonderful play here from New Canaan. But it is Jade Lowe who clears it out, and it will go behind for a corner kick, I believe.
Goal kick.
Goal kick.
No?
It is a goal kick. New Canaan certainly taking their time here on these goal kicks and no rush, as you can tell. Darien's the faster team, the stronger team. They've wanted it a bit more, and they've certainly deserved the 1-0 lead. Finn looking to find Lowe, but it comes back for O'Connell potentially. Moves over to the Darien half, plays it out for Van Dusen on the left-hand side.
Who plays it into Patton, who unfortunately loses the ball, and it goes out for a New Canaan throw.
Ball there, the senior co-captain clearing it out. They've done really well in the midfield, and here they go again. Bring it into the New Canaan half, looking for a ball over the top, headed for Tyler, the goal scorer. But doing well there was Sophie Salmini. Right back for New Canaan, one of the seniors. Shue cannot track it down. It will be another Darien throw.
Darien throw by senior captain Catherine Chandler, number 6, here on the close side of the field.
Throwing. Catlin does well, but doesn't quite win it. Looking to play it over the top was Humphrey, but cleared out by New Canaan. It will be another Blue Wave throw. That was Zaccolillo again, she's been asked a lot from her, given how well this Darien team does to penetrate the back line. It'll be another throw. It'll be Chandler again to throw it in. Harding clears it out. Shue chasing after it. But it's Sadie Stafford, the freshman, who clears it only to Van Dusen, who tracks down the left-hand side. makes a man miss, and then plays it to Harden, who does well to turn. Looking for Shu potentially in the box, crosses it in, headed out. Out of danger once again.
16 minutes played, and it's 1-0 Blue Wave leading New Canaan here at Dunning Stadium. New Canaan throw comes into Dylan Patton.
Looking to win it back, but doing well. Was the Blue Wave, and they get it out once again. And here comes Heighton on this right-hand side as New Canaan has to retreat. Some wonderful skill there from Heighton as she gets it back to Humphrey. Lovely give and go, but it didn't fall for the sophomore as it's out for another Darien throw. New Canaan assistant coach there giving some words to her team. A throw in, and Samantha Finn comes out and holds on to it.
Yes, Coach Rich Hickson is not in attendance today. It's his 5th season again, and his overall record of 36, 19, and 12. Certainly a record that is impressive, no matter what sport you play.
Especially given the fact they've really improved every year on this fantastic group of upperclassmen. As you see, one of them, Harden, who falls down. Ref says get right back up, as it will be a goal kick for Darien as the shot came in. Went well wide. Two experienced coaches, two experienced teams that know each other very, very well here for a big matchup. As we approach the halfway point of this first half, the goal kick will be taken by one of the ones on defense for the Wave. Headed up and right to Van Dusen, who plays it out for another Darien throw. Darien's look like the more comfortable team in the midfield, and obviously the midfield is arguably the most important side of the football pitch. So what does New Canaan need to do in order to hold on possession and to create more opportunities in the attacking half?
Personally, I feel like the through balls aren't working very well, as Darien's expecting them and they're cutting them out and looking to capitalize more on being able to play through the midfield, who's definitely extremely skilled in terms of they have
sliced out there in hopes of finding a way forward, and it does. A nice pass comes right back to Heighton. It was the senior who moves it on the right-hand side, chased by Ivy Van Dusen, does well to play it back. Some great moves from Heighton as she wins the corner. Fantastic job there from the senior, working on another senior in Abby Van Dusen, and it will be the second corner of the afternoon for the Wave. Colette Quinn goes out on the far right-hand side to take this one.
New Canaan players marking the post as the ball is played short.
Short cross wasn't played originally from the Wave and didn't find anyone. That was Dolce again, who let it go looking for a teammate, but no such luck as Patton plays it out. Headed only to Kaylee Harden as Emma Shue is pointing for the ball. She wanted it, but it'll only be a New Canaan throw. Weren't as many at the back there for Darien. Could have been an odd man rush for the Rams, but the communication wasn't quite there.
Certainly a lot of throw-ins that are going far up the field for both teams, looking to capitalize on attacking opportunities.
A lot of stop and start action so far. Not a lot of opportunities in the open play.
Both teams looking to find the outside channels to play the ball in and then look for a cross into the middle of the box.
Pass was over the head of Chandler and back out into the midfield for Patton, who does well. Looking out wide for Shue, who's going to have to chase this one down if she wants to get there. She does so.
Just
crossing
barely
it back
keeps it in.
Just over the head of Harden. O'Connell looking to track it down, but it's cleared out. Humphrey there, the striker, comes back in defense to play this one and could potentially lead another rush for Darien.
Ball played up the far side to
Humphrey, the sophomore. And out by Van Dusen.
Another Darien throw here deep into New Canaan's half.
It'll actually be a free kick for Darien, as it is Quinn who will take it right on about the 17-yard line for our American football friends. Plays it right to Finn, who just goes with the punch. Potentially back in, but out to, once again, it's Patton in the midfield. Here comes Courtney O'Connell. Got two to aim at. Goes for the left to Harden, who'll have to track this one down. As it's Niffen who's on here. She's done well to get past, but can't quite catch up to the ball. It'll be a goal kick.
Darien goalkeeper Jillian Fox, the sophomore, definitely not seeing as much action as Samantha Finn for New Canaan, but she has had to make a couple key interceptions so far in this game.
A much younger team, you can certainly say, for Darien compared to New Canaan. A lot of 9s and 10s on the grade sheet compared to a ton of 11s and 12s for this New Canaan team. But you know, obviously both teams in any sport always have potential. Whenever there's a big graduate class, both teams know how to find players to fill in their cleats.
Yes, 14 rostered seniors for the New Canaan team here. Definitely going to be interesting to watch next season after these seniors graduate. Some of them who are going to play lacrosse or even soccer at the college level.
Compared to just 9 seniors for Darien, half of whom are obviously captains. Cleared out here for O'Connell, but taking no chance.
As a Darien defender clears it wide, and the teams head back up closer to the halfway line.
That was Nell Niffen there, the senior co-captain, who cleared it out. It'll be a Darien throw in their half. A small bomb squad in attendance for New Canaan. Obviously no fans due to COVID, but a little bit of a bomb squad. They were here in full last night to see the boys get their first win of the year over Wright Tech. Those two teams will play again on Monday in Stanford. Looking in the midfield was Darien, but Harden plays it back out. Looking for Shu, heads it back to Harden. Kaylee Harden, that is. Salmini tracks it down, gets tripped up, and it will be a foul. Sophie Salmini wins a free kick for the Lady Rams.
On the close side of the field.
It was number 4, that was Humphrey, playing on this left-hand side, who tripped up the senior, and as it will be junior Dylan Patton as New Canaan gets a look at one of its first real chances here, set piece on this right-hand side. Patton, the junior, to play it in. Sits
Ball
up there
over the
for a
top.
while and out. Wonderfully from Darien.
Darien looks to counterattack here with New Canaan's defenders and midfield tracking back.
Heighton gets past Sacalillo, looking for a pass which was deflected off of Harden, but only back to Bellissimo. Kate Bellissimo, that is. Another senior co-captain for this team. Tracking it down was Heighton, who looks to get past Van Dusen, but could not do so. Chested back to the path of Harden, who floats it up looking for Shu. Heads it back to
wins the
herself.
header.
Wonderful bit of skill there from the senior co-captain, doing well to play it back to herself, as Kaylee Harden here looking for a pass, but swarmed by white jerseys, playing it back to, that's Annabelle Catlin, who plays it wonderfully for Courtney O'Connell, who could be in here on the right foot, deflected, and a great save from Fox. Took a bit of a deflection off of a Darien defender. That was O'Connell there, who was wide open, and a gorgeous opportunity inside the 18.
New Canaan's best opportunity so far in this game, with 15 minutes remaining in the half. 25 minutes played, and the shot just tipped over the bar by sophomore and goalkeeper Jillian Fox.
First time she was really asked to do anything, it certainly came up big, but it will be a New Canaan corner. Taking it is O'Connell, looking for it, and volley down.
Out for a Darien goal kick.
Harden volleyed it down, looking for Shu on the near post, but it just went out and behind for another goal kick. While we get a minute here, we'd like to thank our production crew here at NCTV, obviously on behalf of Cole Schubert. I'm Austin Platt, and obviously upstairs we got Ian Nicholas, the man who you've always heard behind the mic. He's doing the camera today. Brendan Tiscorni on social media, Ben Bowe producing, and obviously our great advisor, Roman Cebulski. We'd like to thank all of them for taking some of the time out of their Thursday afternoon on really what is a beautiful day to put together this stream between two great teams.
Exciting to be up in the box for the first time with Austin Platt, one of the well-known faces of the NCTV Sports Report.
Appreciate those nice words, Cole. It's certainly great to have someone who's experienced. Obviously, we've not covered a lot of soccer games, as many of you know, so it's great to have someone who knows more than I do, certainly.
It's out for a New Canaan throw-in. Looks like Sophie Salmini is going to be taking this one.
Headed to MSU. It was Patton and then cleared out into the stands was Chandler. Another New Canaan throw as it's grabbed by one of the few spectators here on the New Canaan side. Shu heads it back for Harden. It comes back to Shu as she looks for O'Connell, but it comes to Catlin on the midfield. O'Connell
playing the ball up in the air a lot. Lots of headers on to different New Canaan players, but New Canaan looking like they're clawing their way back into the game as it goes out for another New Canaan throw.
The Rams have certainly responded very well after conceding that first goal. As will be another throw in. Sophie Salmini will try that one again. She leaves it for McKenna Harden. Just under 12 minutes and ticking here in half number one. Darien certainly dominated the first half of this first half, but New Canaan, as I mentioned, responded really well as Shu retrieves the header from Harden. Low cross looking for Patton, but cleared out only back to Harden, who certainly, you can tell this back line is advanced for New Canaan, plays it back in. Could fall here for New Canaan as it's O'Connell who went with the half volley, and it went just wide.
Much more pressure from New Canaan in these last 10-15 minutes. Looking like a much more even game as they look to come back from a 1-0 lead. Goal scored in the 11th minute.
It was certainly a very close encounter between these two teams. The penalty kick was very late in that opening game of the year. Headed to the path of Zachalila, who puts it up in the air as Patton will chase after it. One back by the Wave. Into the midfield, Harden picks it up. Pass couldn't quite find O'Connell, but she gets it back. Courtney O'Connell on this left-hand side, plays it into Harden. Looking to play it back.
Goes
Harden
out
claiming for a corner, and she will get it.
Courtney O'Connell retrieving the ball for the New Canaan corner, lining up at the top of the penalty box.
Shu is right near the goalkeeper. Shu is right near the goalkeeper, and New Canaan has. It'll be O'Connell here to take it for New Canaan. Swings it in, but a good job from Darien as they get it out. Only to Catlin looking for O'Connell, but couldn't quite find her. But New Canaan has done a really good job pressing this Darien team, not allowing them any opportunities. Played back in looking for Patton, and it is cleared out. Nearly out for a corner, but Shu keeps it alive. Shu plays it back to Van Dusen as the left-footed cross sailed over everyone's head. And that will go out for a Darien goal kick.
Under 10 minutes left in this half. certainly been exciting so far, end to end for both teams, with lots of different stops and starts with free kicks, set pieces of all kinds, and throw-ins.
A substitution here for Darien. Sadie Stafford, the freshman, will come off for a moment. She'll get a breather. The freshman has certainly played up to her expectations. The team needs her to play at, especially against such an experienced team like the Rams. Playing along this left-hand side, right to the path of Heighton, who does well to get behind McKenna Harden, but right there was Zacalillo to prevent any further danger. Another Darien throw, as this is really the first time in several minutes we've really seen this other half of the field. Just goes to show you how well New Canaan has played since conceding. Chandler will be in for the throw. Headed up by Harden. Bounces again and headed back. Kept in from Darien, but only momentarily. Zacalillo again, done a fantastic job.
Cutting it out for another throw-in for Darien.
Playing center back for New Canaan. Obviously, when you have two really fast teams out wide, you really have to rely a lot on your center back to be there and to make sure there are no big opportunities. A throw in here bounces all the way to Finn, who leaps up and snags that one.
Finn looking for the long punt, as she's been doing the rest of this game so far. Finding Emma Shue, who heads it on to Courtney O'Connell. Darien cutting out and winning it back. Going for a very long ball that will find the bleachers, and it's out for a New Canaan throw.
Salmini here, the senior, getting lined up by the assistant referee on the near side.
Long throw over to Emma Shue, who wins it. Plays it on long to Kaylee Harden, who's going to have a tough time recovering it from the Darien defense, and it's out for a Darien goal kick.
That's Niffin again, doing a great job. Seven minutes to go here in half number one. The Blue Wave with the lead, as an early goal came from Tyler, the junior, for Darien, as it will be a corner for New Canaan. As it was Emma Shue who played it, but Niffin was there once again to clear it out, and Courtney O'Connell will go retrieve it.
Courtney O'Connell's certainly been an integral piece to this team so far this year, with 2 goals and 1 assist, and has certainly been putting in her fair share of work in this first half as the corner swung in and taken down in the box is the Darien goalkeeper, who wins a free kick.
A little pile up there in the 18-yard box. Shue went down as well for New Canaan, but Darien will come out.
Quick free kick from the Darien goalkeeper, looking to work it up the right side, but it's out for a Darien throw.
Another substitution here for Darien. Emily Hopper, the senior, will come out for Jacqueline Callahan, who will see her first minutes in this one, the junior. Will scrum the midfield here. But Van Dusen looking to play it, but doing well once again. Was Darien, as a through ball finds Samantha Finn. And it'll be another punt from her. Once again, it was Heighton, who's really had wicked pace so far, doing well, looking to provide her teammates with the through balls, and looks like we'll see more subs on both ends. Emma Shue will check out for, I believe,
Jade Lowe, who comes back on.
Lowe. And for Darien, Maggie Ramsey will come on for Darien. in the fading stages of this first half. Zacalillo chests it back to herself, and doing well there was Catlin, who plays it for low, who's just come on. A nice ball over the top to Harden, who switches with O'Connell, waiting patiently, decides to advance the ball. Looks like she will win a header as Lowe lets it go out for a throw-in.
Thank you to all our viewers here on the NCTV 78 YouTube channel. It is about 4.5 minutes left in the first half with Darien leading 1-0. Make sure to check us out on Twitter, NCTV78, and on Instagram, as well as other socials, and catch any other games that we're streaming.
Make sure to like and subscribe, echoing what Cole just said. If you like what we're seeing, obviously all the weekly broadcasts, and then obviously these sporting events that we're putting on for you. We thank all of you for your support during this weird time during COVID, but we are trying our best to provide all of you who cannot be here with the entertainment you are looking for.
Ball goes out for a New Canaan throw-in. Yet another. Countless throw-ins so far this game.
With two teams that really love to have the possession, obviously. You look at the amount of goals both of these teams can score. You expect a lot of possession, maybe some errors here and there, which is causing, in my opinion, a lot of these stop-and-start plays with a lot of throw-ins.
Darien looking to advance up the field, but taking it back a bit. Darien doing a nice job of holding onto the ball in the midfield here, but looks like it's cut out by Kaylee Harden.
She suddenly gained a burst of energy.
One back by the Darien midfield, who turns it over to Jade Lowe, who's going to look to turn around and play long to Courtney O'Connell.
She does just that, but it's out. Courtney O'Connell could not get a hold of that one. Another Darien throw. 2.5 minutes to go here in half number one. The Blue Wave with the lead. That ball went off of Annabelle Catlin, who already has 2 goals on her senior year. Another sub for Darien.
Emily Hopper coming back on for Colette Quinn, the sophomore.
Quinn, we've seen deliver a lot of those set pieces that Darien had in the beginning of this first half, but New Canaan's done a much better job at the back, preventing any big opportunities.
Another New Canaan goal kick for sophomore Samantha Finn.
Player down on the far side for Darien, as both teams will huddle up and rethink things.
First big break of the game so far, as there haven't been any other injuries, fortunately. Now, just under 2 minutes left in the first half.
That was Chloe Humphrey there, the sophomore, who looked like she took a boot from Zacalillo, but she looks like she'll be okay. She'll be subbed out, obviously precautionary reasons, as the clock stops momentarily. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first half. It'll be Hannah Shaw who will check in for Darien. Sammy does well to win the ball and hold on to it. She plays it up, looking for, that's Kennedy Kreutzer, the sophomore. She gets her first action of this one. Headed out by Darien. Looking for, that was Shaw. Pardon me, that's actually Tyler, the goal scorer, looking for her second, but couldn't quite get a boot on that one as it went right through her legs. O'Connell heads it over to the right, where Jade Lowe is.
Jade tries to bring it down, brings it down to Annabelle Catlin, who plays it long, and it goes out for a New Canaan Darien throw, sorry.
Under 1 minute in half number one with Darien up one in the second meeting between these two powerhouses in the FCAC and now obviously the FCAC West in 2020.
Dylan Patton, the junior, takes a throw in, giving it back to Darien, who plays it long. Tough aerial battle so far with lots of different headers from both teams.
It'll be a New Canaan free kick.
In the closing minutes of the game, under 30 seconds left. Looking to swing it into the top of the penalty box.
It'll be Dylan Patton, the star junior. This will be the final action of this first half. Patton looking on the far side toward O'Connell. Looked like I might have gone off a New Canaan arm. And it's
Darien counterattack. Cut out by Catlin.
And that will do it for half number one here at Dunning Stadium. New Canaan 0, Darien 1 at the end of this first half. Cole, kind of a little bit of a tale of two halves scenario where in the first part of the game, Darien dominated and New Canaan obviously got the better at the end. What did you like from both teams, or what do you want to see more of in the second half?
Darien definitely solid in the defense, and New Canaan looking to apply much more pressure, as we saw after the goal was scored. It looks like they really picked it up with the first burst of potential goal-scoring opportunities from New Canaan after the first goal in the 11th minute.
Here we are inside the broadcast booth. Cole Schubert, Austin Platt, along with the rest of the NCTV crew. One half in the books between these two great teams who were expected to be on top of this newly created FCAC West in 2020, and they certainly have been playing up to it. Darien with the 1-0 lead. The goal coming from the junior Tyler as this younger Darien team, which obviously has experience with the coach, obviously looking to make more in the second half. Cole, is there a player that you have that you would call player of the half so far?
For New Canaan, I think Courtney O'Connell was definitely creating a lot of chances on the far left side of the field, winning different balls back, taking a bunch of the corners as well as the teams go to their halftime talks.
For Darien, if I had to give you one, I'd probably give you Chloe Humphrey, who we saw there a little banged up at the end of that first half. The sophomore did a great job on the right-hand side, creating several opportunities. That'll do it for this first half. We will see you momentarily for half number two. We'd like to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's, has supported NC Rams athletics in the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. On to our silver sponsors, Performance PT, Performance Optimal Health, Educational Futures, SIG Insurance Agencies, OSSM Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Rand Insurance, and Renaissance Partners. Finally, thank you to our black sponsors, Ready Rooster, Sheila La, 84 Sports New Canaan, New Canaan Diner, New Canaan Graphics, the Athletic Shoe Factory, Togs, and finally, my orthodontist, Dr. Austin Feeney. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan high school athletics. We will see you all for the second half momentarily. Back here for half number two between the New Canaan Rams and the Darien Blue Wave. The teams will swap sides here as Darien will now go from left to right and the Rams go from right to left. The goal coming in the 11th minute from Jocelyn Tyler, the junior forward for Darien. New Canaan had some opportunities in that first half, Cole. Is there anything you would change if you were coach in that halftime talk, or is kind of keeping it the same given that they had kind of had the momentum at the end of that first half?
Yes, New Canaan definitely did go into the half with the momentum, but I would suggest, as the assistant coach, Coach Shannon on the sidelines today, suggesting to her players to slow it down a bit and look for more controlled passes rather than the through balls that they were looking to find, as Darien's defense is certainly strong.
The Blue Wave will get us started here in the second half. It will be Francesca Heighton, the senior, who certainly was all over the place in the first half in a good way. Here we go. Half number 2, the Wave and the Rams. The left-hand side here for Darien, looking for that through ball back to Heighton, who got us started.
Out for a throw-in, going to be taken by McKenna Harden, the senior captain.
Beautiful 70-degree fall October afternoon here. Couldn't ask for much better weather on the gridiron between the Rams and the Wave in this girls varsity soccer matchup. Harden will throw it up. And it will be a foul as New Canaan will hold on to the possession. It'll be Dylan Patton who brings it back to the New Canaan half as she waits for some of her teammates to advance near the opposing 20-yard line. She'll send it just about there. Comes nearly to the path of Harden, but booted out. And up again by Darien. A lot of headers and a lot of balls up in the air. A lot of chances for contests, aerial.
And Dylan Patton takes it back from the Darien midfield. Ball goes long, out for a Darien goal kick. Sophomore goalkeeper Jillian Fox, number 1 in the black uniform there.
Fox will actually not take this goal kick. It will be Kate Bellissimo, number 19, for the Wave.
Cut out by Dylan Patton as she sends it long with the inside of her foot to Kaylee Harden.
Niffen brings it back out, looking for her teammate, but it's another New Canaan throw. We saw a lot of that in the first half, a ton of throw-ins, not too many set pieces, and not all that many opportunities in the open play. But Darien did capitalize on one of the few they got as Patton plays it out up to Fox, who kept it in and then holds on to it.
Fox lining up for a long punt over the head of Jade Lowe, junior Jade Lowe, and going long to Captain McKenna Harden. Free kick for Darien, with Colette Quinn lining up to take this one, as she did in the first half. Really long ball in, going to cause some problems.
Fantastic chance here, up and just wide. As she took a huge hit from Finn, who came out, didn't get any of the ball. And that one just sailed up and over the bar.
Goal kick, very close to being penalty called, but in good intentions by Samantha Finn.
That was Heighton there, who was freed in by that wonderful ball. Looked to try and get it up and over Finn, but unfortunately went up and over the crossbar instead. As Finn will kick it out as New Canaan can breathe once again.
Going back to that free kick from Quinn, that was an incredible ball over the top, just in the path of one of the strikers, nearly doubled the lead to make it 2-0 to the Wave. As it's another free kick for Colette Quinn.
That was basically the same spot where Courtney O'Connell had an opportunity in that first half. But another chance for Darien here, swung in and going for goal. A little bit of an ill-advised shot there. Goes well wide of Finn. She doesn't have to worry about that one. Going near the net. Darien 4-0, New Canaan 3-1. Two top teams in the FCAC West. Darien already has a win over New Canaan this year on opening day, 2-1. These teams have not lost since. New Canaan have beat Greenwich, West Hill, and Stanford. The Wave have beaten West Hill, Stanford, and Greenwich. Just 5 teams in this division this year. And the combined records of this division last year was 33, 43, and 4. So outside of these two teams, it is not a very strong division, which is really goes to show you how huge this matchup is. Ball is played in. It went off shoe as Kaylee Harding played it in for the senior co-captain. She kneed it out. It'll go behind as Nell Niffen will play it once again. Looks like they're favoring her over Fox.
Certainly a must-win game for New Canaan if they are looking to stay alive in the race for the first spot in the division. With, again, Darien leading 4-0. If they win this game, that would be 5-0 to New Canaan having a 3-2 record.
They'd have a 2-game lead over New Canaan, and given how everything else has played out in this division, no real upsets thus far, which would mean that New Canaan would have to beat Darien for in the third matchup. That'll be on the road, and they'd have to hope that another one goes their way. And obviously, if Darien holds on, they would hold that tiebreaker because they would have the head-to-head over the Rams. Patton here on this right-hand side with some nice pace, waiting and deciding to go past another defender, and she will win a throw-in. Great play there from the junior, who was mentioned in Game Time CT's top 25 players to look out for, who just committed actually to Cornell for lacrosse, joining her sister, Kendall. It'll be McKenna Harden to throw it in.
Long throw into the penalty box.
Very dangerous ball that's fisted out there from the keeper, Fox. Still not out, and Fox now holds on to that one as Harden played it back in. A little bit of a chaotic situation there for Darien at the back. The throw in from Harden went a lot farther than many of the Wave defenders expected. But New Canaan keeping possession of the ball. O'Connell looking for Annabelle Catlin, the other senior. O'Connell got a touch on that one, but Darien could come back out. Heighton looking to play it in between two players. No such luck.
Darien winning it back on the close side. Lots of turnovers of play here happening as Darien wins it back once again. Looking for a cheap shot there, which goes just to the right of the New Canaan goal. Samantha Finn again chasing down the ball.
Darien has certainly looked like a very dangerous team in terms of the counterattack, and they can hold on to the ball and make some great passes. That's basically how they got that first goal, the only goal so far in this one. As we are just 7.5 minutes into half number 2. 40-minute halves in high school varsity soccer here in Connecticut compared to the normal 90 you might see in the professional leagues. Goal kick comes to Shu, who looks like she will win a throw, as it was Catherine Chandler, the Darien senior co-captain, not taking any chances. And obviously we've seen a lot of stop-and-start play, but that just goes to show you how dangerous both the teams are. And they both know that one mistake could cost them. And you aren't going to get many opportunities against these great teams, so you got to take advantage. Harden on this left-hand side. And doing well there was Dolce, the junior. Throw in from Van Dusen. Looking for Harden, a right-footed cross. Shu is there, and it is only the side netting. New Canaan players looking for a corner, but it will be a goal kick. A dangerous ball in there. A wonderful ball from Kaylee Harden looking for Emma Shu, who couldn't quite get a boot on that one. Another good chance, Cole, for New Canaan to start this half.
Yes, as Courtney O'Connell wins it back, but is given back over. Turnover to Darien. Jade Lowe winning it back in the center of the field. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it out of the path of Darien.
She steals it back from Stady Stafford. Harden looking to nutmeg the Wave defender, but Darien does well to hold on to it as Colette Quinn plays it, and now it's Anna Zaccolillo, the co-captain, played back in from Darien. That was Humphrey looking for her fellow forward Heighton, but Samantha Finn was there.
Samantha Finn slowing it down back here as Darien's had a lot of pressure on New Canaan in these past 10 minutes or so.
It's a good kick from her as it finds Harden after going over a Wave defender's head. Comes back to the path of Patton, who plays it out for Harden, who has plenty of room on this left-hand shot if she can track it down, and it was just a little too quick.
Goes out for a Darien throw.
Both teams are really in no rush to take any of these throw-ins.
Sadie Stafford takes it up the field, looking to play to handball on Jade Lowe, who looked to intercept the throw as Darien wins back a free kick in their half.
Quinn, who we've seen take many of these set pieces for Darien, will take another one. As the referee tells Courtney O'Connell to back up, make sure there is that 10-yard gap between the ball and her, as it's another great ball played in, but a great header from Zacalillo will be a wave throw.
Colette Quinn here on the near side with a give and go. And
far
it's cut out.
post, Finn does well to deflect it out and will go behind for a goal kick. Another great cross there from Quinn.
Looks like it's going to be a corner kick for Colette Quinn.
She was looking for Tyler, the lone goal scorer, but Finn was there before her. Couldn't quite get a hand on it, as she probably should have, so let's see if Darien can take advantage of this opportunity. Quinn to swing it in. High arcing cross to the top of the box, doesn't find anyone originally.
Jade Lowe chasing it down for New Canaan, but it goes out for a New Canaan throw.
Van Dusen takes it quickly. We haven't seen that a lot from New Canaan. Haven't seen that a lot from New Canaan. Van Dusen will get another crack at it.
Slowing down the play, though, for this throw-in. And McKenna Harden cuts it out, only to give it back. One back by Jade Lowe in the middle of the field, who turns it back over to Colette Quinn, who plays a
Could
fantastic
be a chance here for
ball.
Darien to make it 2-0, and it is just swung wide. That was Tyler, who has had many opportunities to make it 2-0. Got a wonderful ball in on the left-hand side of the 18.
Samantha Finn needing to come out to make that, to close down the angle and make sure that Tyler didn't have an easy goal there, forcing her to play it wide.
A huge opportunity there from Darien. They're best of the half, and either team's best of the half, really. But Finn did well to come out, as you said, cut off the angle, as she will take this goal kick.
Playing it long to Dylan Patton, who just misses it and goes down for Annabelle Catlin, who looks to win it back.
Sadie Stafford, the freshman, again advancing the ball in the New Canaan half. O'Connell will play it back to Patton, who does well to outmuscle her opponent. And Patton swings it down, and she tripped up there, actually. Her cleat came off, and she was looking to play the ball for O'Connell on the left-hand side. There was plenty of space for her, but she slipped, and it will be a Darien throw.
Darien applying a lot of pressure early on in this half with 15 minutes played so far, as Dylan Patton wins a header, going to Jade Lowe, who wins another header, but unfortunately gives it over to the Darien midfield, who look to counterattack.
Stafford on this left-hand side looking to play it for the goal scorer, Tyler, but it comes out for New Canaan and then back in to Courtney O'Connell on this left-hand side. Has some room, she can get around her opponent, but doing well was Bellissimo.
Senior co-captain Bellissimo cutting off the ball well and then taking the throw for Darien.
We've seen both these teams apply a lot of press, and obviously it's worked out successfully for both sides. New Canaan did at the end of that first half, and Darien is taking a page out of the Rams' book and looking to really take the pressure off themselves with this lead, as obviously New Canaan's the one that's going to be the aggressor as they look for an equalizer. Van Dusen receives the header, waiting patiently for a chance, and stolen away from Darien, but back to Harden,
who plays it long through the middle to her sister, Kaylee Harden, who's out-wrestled off of the ball, but won back by Dylan Patton.
Turnover here is Patton here on this left-hand side, waiting for someone, plays it to O'Connell, looking for the give and go. Patton here, waiting across it, and she does, but it was out for a corner. Getting a boot on that was Nell Niffen. been excellent when she's been asked to make a big play. But New Canaan's wicked pace and their really great passing, we haven't seen that a ton from this team. They've earned themselves a corner. It will be Patton, I believe, to take it. Crossed in and headed down from Darien. Low looking to chase after it. Had Van Dusen to her left, but could not find her. Now Darien looking for the counterattack. They get the ball back again as it's Dolce who plays it in the hopes of finding Chloe Humphrey, but Zacalillo played it out.
Darien with good passing here in the midfield and defense, taking their time on the ball, trying to just find an opening through this New Canaan midfield.
We've seen much better passing, and right as I say that, the ball goes off Courtney O'Connell, a pass from Van Dusen. But this game's starting to open up a little bit more, not as much stop and start action. And we certainly hope to see more opportunities in the final 23 and a half minutes of this one.
Jade Lowe playing a long ball, looking for Kaylee Harden, but it's cut out. Jade winning it back in the midfield.
Sadie Stafford, a nice ball, looking out wide for the goal scorer, Tyler, who's fighting with Harden, the senior, who plays it out. A great job there from the freshman Stafford, working on the senior co-captain in Harden. That just shows you, Cole, that the confidence this Darien team has in their younger players to step up and make big contributions against an experienced team in New Canaan.
Yes, as you mentioned earlier, 14 seniors rostered on the New Canaan team, with the three co-captains being McKenna Harden, Emma Shue, and Anna Zacalillo, who've all gotten their fair share of opportunities. And
throwing here for Darien, still not out, and the ball actually deflected dangerously off a Darien player as Zacalillo looked to clear, but it came to Finn, who plays it quickly, looking at midfield for O'Connell, who took down Kate Bellissimo, who gets really manhandled there, earns a laugh from the press box. And Shue thought she earned herself a throw-in, but it will be a Blue Wave throw.
Substitution for New Canaan here. Catherine Byrne, the sophomore, coming on for Annabelle Catlin.
Byrne will looks like she will play a role in the midfield, as Darien will follow suit with a change of their own. New Canaan actually will make another one first, as it's Catlin who comes off. And it's Hollis Mullery, the junior, who will come on as we approach the midway point of this second half. Shue looking to get the ball out wide to Byrne, who's just entered the game. But a great job physically from Darien at the back. Shue working on this right-hand side, but really hasn't been able to really haven't called her name a lot just because of the great job this Darien back line has done.
Throw for New Canaan here from McKenna Harden. Lots of long throws, not really any short throws, going into the middle of the penalty box.
Plays it up looking for Harden. Could fall here for New Canaan as Shue plays it back smartly to Harden, who will another low cross in. Two players to aim at. Kaylee Harden is one of them who couldn't quite get a shot off as it was deflected.
Good opportunity there for New Canaan at the top of the penalty spot. Emma Shue chasing it down, but it goes out for a goal kick.
Darien is in absolutely no rush to take any of these goal kicks, as they are certainly getting a word from Coach Parsons. Must be something he doesn't like from this Darien team.
As another Darien substitution is made.
Obviously, with no JV or freshman teams this year due to COVID, coaches really trying to get a lot of their players in, which is why you see a lot of these younger players seeing big minutes for the Wave. Nice job in the midfield from Darien and playing it on the right-hand side. Onside momentarily, but turned out she was off. That was Dolce, the junior. And the New Canaan Bomb Squad looking to get into this one.
As Samantha Finn takes the offsides free kick from just past the penalty arc, sorry.
Haven't seen many offsides on either team, just goes to show you how disciplined both teams are, knowing where the back line is. It'll be a free kick for New Canaan, as it's Byrne who wins it. O'Connell will take this one on about the 36-yard line. 5 players to aim at in the box as Van Dusen enters the fray.
Ball
O'Connell,
comes
low
in
cross.
low.
Not going to find anybody. Everyone was aimed on that right side of the 18-yard box, but O'Connell sent it to the left, hoping someone would get there. But the only one that was there was the keeper, Fox.
Fox with another long punt. Darien brings it down, looking to play through the middle.
Hardin does well to get that one out for a throw as Humphrey there wins it. And now if you're Darien, 18 minutes to go in this one. They're obviously going to be in no rush to take any of these throws. Do you think, Cole, they should stay back a little bit or still go out and try and get that second goal and really give themselves some breathing room?
I feel like the second goal is definitely possible. I mean, we've seen opportunities from both teams to score, and there, Darien cutting out another New Canaan counterattack, but definitely possible for both teams to turn this game around on its head with 18 minutes still left to play.
Both of these teams know that it ain't over till it's over, especially with the high-powered offenses of both sides. You can see a couple goals in just the blink of an eye, this game can change. She'll looking to head that to Kaylee Hardin, just a little too far, and will be out for a goal kick.
Substitutions again for New Canaan.
Goal kick from Darien comes out as Zachalillo, a wonderful header to O'Connell on this left-hand side, playing it for Hardin, who will chase it down and can't quite get there, just ahead of her. But New Canaan finding the holes on this left-hand side with a back three for Darien.
Long throw.
It'll be a handball. That's on Patton, the junior.
Patton with 2 goals and 3 assists already this season. Definitely an integral part of the team.
A wonderful flick here. That was from Humphrey, and offside once again was Tyler. Boy, those two have some great chemistry there, Cole. We've seen that was how the goal was scored. A great pass to Tyler from Humphrey,
who calmly slotted it away into the bottom right half of the goal.
No chance for Finn on that one, who hasn't really been tested a lot since. Patton plays it, looking for Hardin, and it will be another free kick for New Canaan. O'Connell looking to take it quickly. Time not on their side.
Dylan Patton now lines up to take this one as O'Connell joins the group forming on the top of the penalty box.
This ball basically in the same spot as where it was last time, where O'Connell took it, and it ended up going right into the hands of Fox. Patton here chips it up. It's a great ball, and nearly getting a head on it was Shue, but it was just over her head. A great ball in from Patton. There's another reason why she was named as a player to watch this year. Substitution for New Canaan. Shue will come off, and Byrne will come back on as she took a quick breather. Goal kick comes right to Quinn, who had a lot of room on the right-hand side, but decided to play it back.
Crafty backheel to keep possession of the ball, but cut out by the New Canaan midfield, who look to counterattack quickly.
Byrne plays it up for Harden. A lovely tap to O'Connell, but it's a little too far. As it's a goal kick, and we will see a substitution. Actually, it looks like there's an injured player for New Canaan. That's Sophie Salmini on the far side, who's walking off at around the 40-yard line. Pointing at her right thigh as she tries to flex that out.
Being looked at by assistant coach Shannon and the New Canaan medical staff.
Charlotte Gelhaus, the senior, will come on for Salmini, who's played all of this one. Van Dusen heads it in the midfield. And then now it comes to Patton, who does well to win it. Right behind her was Byrne, who plays it out wide.
Good passing by New Canaan, something that hasn't been as important to their game so far as they've been going for more long balls.
Playing it in dangerously as claimed for a penalty as there's a miscommunication by the Darien goalie. That was Fox. And the right back, who is Niffen. Miscommunication as O'Connell was there looking to win the ball as she was tripped up. No penalty called, and instead it will be a goal kick for the Wave.
Long ball through to McKenna Harden, who cuts it out for another Darien throw-in here on this close side. About 13, 14 minutes left in this second half. A game of defensive battles with lots of attacking opportunities on both sides.
Another sub for Darien. As it's Barlow who will come out. And coming on will be Callahan, the junior, who gets her first touch here, looking for Tyler, but Harden knew that was coming and played it out, looking for Pat. Another ball up in the air. New Canaan doing a great job swarming the Wave. Comes back in the New Canaan half. Chipped up for Tyler, who was just ahead of the ball and had to wait for it to come down.
McKenna Harden playing it out for a Darien corner kick as the players make their way into the box. New Canaan lining up with players on the front and back posts, as well as one marking the player who's stationed, the Darien player stationed on the goalkeeper.
That's Tyler, as you would expect, right there on top of the goal. She's been one of the better players, if not the best player for this Darien team. Obviously has the only goal, but has had other opportunities as well. But it swung in, looking for Finn, who couldn't quite get there as it went over her head dangerously and across the line. No one was there. Abby Van Dusen was waiting to see if someone would get there, but no luck. But that's one you really can't miss there, Cole, as a goalkeeper. That high swooping corner that on that far post.
Definitely is a dangerous ball, especially if there are taller attackers who are able to get their head on that. Definitely difficult to judge as well as a goalkeeper.
Finn has been splitting time with Emma Gibbons, the other goalie, also a senior for this team. They've been splitting the reps, but Finn has gotten the gloves today. Free kick for New Canaan, and it will be taken by none other than Dylan Patton in the New Canaan half.
Long ball in, looking for Kaylee Harden.
Headed out nicely by Courtney Ball as Gelhaus on this right-hand side, looking to win the ball. She doesn't, but she does win. No surprise here, another throw.
McKenna Harden on the far side, taking the throw again. Countless throw-ins by McKenna Harden so far in this game. As it goes to Dylan Patton, cut out for another New Canaan throw.
New Canaan will be just fine with advancing the ball in terms of throw-ins as they look for an opportunity late in this second half. 10:45 to go. And the remainder of this one is a header, a free header That was from Patton, sailed just wide to the left of the goalie Fox. We didn't have to worry about that one.
Colette Quinn coming back to take the goal kick for Darien. Massive kick heading on past halfway to Abby Van Dusen, who cuts it out. But deflections.
Dangerously, as Darien looked like they could have had a 2-on-1, but McKenna Harden was right there.
Throw in for Kate Bellissimo, another senior co-captain on the field. But it is out for a New Canaan throw. Abby Van Dusen going long. Catherine Byrne winning the header.
She looking for the foul as Harden plays it up to Shue as it comes back for her. She tries to chip it back in the box.
Catherine Byrne winning it back again.
Byrne doing well to keep it in. Plays a ball just behind Shue, who gets it, and the shot here is headed down from Darien. Not quite out as the initial try from Bellissimo was whiffed, but she redeemed herself. But again on this left-hand side is Byrne, but is swarmed by two Wave defensemen. Could be a chance for the counter here for Tyler. Already has one goal, moving on this right-hand side with a heavy touch.
Looks like it's going out for another New Canaan goal kick for Samantha Finn. Very challenging ball to get control of, but would have had a high reward if she was able to play that back in to the center of the box for another goal to double their lead.
You can tell now that in the latter stage of this one, Darien is really moving back, trying to protect their lead. And they certainly have what it takes on the counterattack, even though Tyler was the only one in white there. There was still an opportunity for her to score, but just a heavy touch was the difference. Darien holding possession in the attacking half as Humphrey is turned over now to Harden. Chips it up and out, looking for O'Connell. Another throw in for Darien as it comes to the path of Patton, who plays it in and it's back out. Passing here hasn't been as consistent for either side. Shue here looking for the through ball to O'Connell, but she was never getting there.
Goes out for another Darien goal kick as Colette Quinn, Darien's, I'd say, got the biggest boot on Darien, comes back for another goal kick.
She and Nell Niffen have been exchanging the goal kicks, as Coach Parsons doesn't really have much faith, clearly, in Fox with the big leg, but that's not what you need in a goalkeeper. She's been very good so far. Hasn't been tested too much, but still keeping a clean sheet as of now. Great job. Back in. Could be a chance here for New Canaan. It's off the post and off the crossbar again. And it's finally still not out. And it's over the bar. Off the post, off the crossbar, and then over. It looked like it went off the goalpost of the football field goal. And that's when it came down.
New Canaan's best chances. There was a massive scramble in the box, trying to find that equalizer.
As it looks like there's going to be an injury here. It looks like someone may have taken a high boot for Darien. It's actually Bellissimo who's running off, but man, oh man, what an opportunity. Shue looked like she got a boot on it. Harden may have gotten one. O'Connell certainly got one. But third time was not the charm. And slightly, ever so slightly, Darien holds on to their lead.
Dylan Patton with some fancy footwork in the midfield, winning it back.
You can tell that the energy has been picked up as O'Connell looked to play it in to Harden. But Fox was there to gobble it up. Goal kick comes to New Canaan here as Zacalillo plays on this left-hand side to Shu, feeling her way. No one's to her left, and that's where she goes. Waiting for support. Plays it into the box dangerously. Harding tried to get it up to one of her teammates, but it's back out from Darien. There's some numbers here in white as Stafford sends Tyler down the left-hand side. But it was Gelhaus, who's in the game for the injured Salmini, who plays it out. We'll see another Darien substitution. Maggie Ramsey will check out the junior. And Bellissimo will come back in. That's a good sign for her. She took that knock. Up in the air again from Gelhaus, looking for Shu.
Bellissimo, the big header.
Van Dusen did a nice job on this left-hand side as this crowd is really getting into it. Just under 5 minutes to go as this New Canaan crowd looks to pump up their team, as it's really, as you said, a must-win, or they even just need a goal here if they want a chance at this FCIAC West Division. This is Game 5 for both these teams out of just a 10-game season, which has obviously been shortened. Patton will play it short as it finds O'Connell back to Gelhaus on this right-hand side, waiting for the ball to come down, plays it in dangerously. Harding could be there, and another chance for Patton.
Patton just cutting it to the left of the goal. Looks like it didn't hit it off her boot as exact as she wanted it, but another great opportunity off of the Gelhaus cross.
As Patton looked like she took a high boot, as she'll be checked out on the far side by assistant coach. She obviously wants to stay in, as you would imagine, given the fact that she means so much to this team. And it will be Annabelle Catlin who will check back in for New Canaan. Just over 4 minutes gone by. Stoppage in play momentarily for the injury. But New Canaan's done a really nice job, Cole, in the last 5 minutes or so. Really haven't seen the other side of the half. They've held on possession. They've made much better passes. And they certainly have had the threat of scoring one. I mean, they hit the post twice and the crossbar once. So excellent job from New Canaan trying to get a goal here.
Very true, Austin, as it's cut out for a New Canaan throw here on the close side. Abby Van Dusen lining up to take this one with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the half, or in the game, sorry.
Shu looking to play it for Hard. It wasn't quite there. Quinn is taking as much time as possible, as some of the fans are wondering if that's too much. Darien in no hurry to take any of these.
Goes past the New Canaan back line, who has to play it out for a Darien throw-in.
If you're New Canaan now, you certainly can't afford any fouls or anything. Got to keep the ball in play, because you know Darien's going to take every possible second they can to delay continuing this one.
Definitely some strategic delaying of the game going on here, as Darien is not in any position where they really want to take this throw quickly.
It'll be another throw-in for New Canaan, as it's Catlin who's back into the game, who sends that one out. Time ticking away here from the Rams. 2.5 minutes to go. If this result holds, Darien would have a firm hold on the FCIAC West first place spot. They'd be 5-0 as a shot goes well over.
Off into the woods, it looks like.
Through the uprights, and even though that's a missed shot, it certainly takes more time off the clock, which no one will mind. The ball is rolled back in.
2 balls are rolled back in.
Two minutes to go here. Finn will play it out, as New Canaan needs to be in a hurry if they want to get a goal here. Plays it up, and there's a whistle. The other ball was in play, as New Canaan will have to retake this.
Bomb Squad doing their best to keep the New Canaan players' hope up as Samantha Finn looks to take what might be the last goal kick of the game.
Headed up, and a great job from Darien winning the header, but it's back out for a New Canaan throw as Van Dusen chases it down. Under 90 seconds to go in the dying stages of this one. Van Dusen up to Shu, who does well playing it, looking for O'Connell. The clearance went off of her. Took a weird bounce, and Kaylee Harden here on this left-hand side.
Goes out for a Darien throw-in.
Taken rather quickly, the throw-in was for Darien, as it's headed dangerously, and in could be Dolce. Waiting for support, and takes a shot that gets deflected.
Out for another Darien throw-in.
You wonder if this is the last opportunity New Canaan has seen, as it was Byrne who thought it was a New Canaan throw-in, but clearly it's a Darien throw. As she hurries to get the ball to Courtney Ball, the senior co-captain, as Darien wins a corner. Really nice job there from the junior Dolce, and with 20 seconds, that could have been the last opportunity we see. Corner taken very short smartly, and they're going to keep it in the corner. Darien is
looking to waste some time there as 4 New Canaan players flock to try and win it back as Darien player goes down for the free kick.
And it looks like they're going to run out the clock successfully. 2-1, and that is it. Darien holds on for a nail-biter 1-0 win against New Canaan, their second win. Darien holds on for this 1-0 win as they improved to 5-0 goal. A great performance from them. We saw the game open up a bit in the second half, but the lone goal coming from Tyler, the junior, who scored in the 11th minute of this one off of a turnover. Great game from both sides, but you could tell that Darien was probably the stronger team and probably deserved it a bit more. What are your final thoughts on this one?
Darien definitely had more opportunities than New Canaan, but New Canaan did have one very close opportunity in the last 10 minutes of the game where they hit the post twice and the crossbar once, looking to find that equalizing goal, but it was nowhere to be seen as the game ends 1-0 to Darien, who continue their undefeated streak to 5-0, and New Canaan dropping to 3-2 for their record this season.
Both of the teams wave, obviously no handshakes due to the COVID protocols, but that's not the last time they'll see each other. They will play again on November the 3rd at Darien, as the Blue Wave will look for the season sweep of the Lady Rams. Then now 5-0. New Canaan drops to 3-2, still in second place in this FCAC West. We thank all of you for tuning in. If you like what you're seeing, make sure to like and subscribe down below at NCTV78 right here on YouTube. Drop a like and hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter, also at NCTV78 for the latest. Before we wrap this one up, we'd like to thank our sponsors once again. First, our Lone Platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's has supported NC Rams athletics and the entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. Next, on to our silver sponsors from the NC Rams All Sports Booster Club, Performance Optimal Health, Educational Futures, the SIG Insurance Agencies, OSSM Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, Renaissance Partners, and then Rand Insurance. And finally, our black sponsors.
Thank you to our black sponsors, Ready Rooster, Sheila Law, 84 Sports New Canaan, the New Canaan Diner, New Canaan Graphics, the Athletic Shoe Factory, Togs, and my orthodontist as well, Dr. Austin Feeney. Thank you as well to the NC Rams All Sports Booster Club as they support all of the New Canaan High School athletics.